safe and enjoyable sports experience. We therefore ask you to refrain from any disruptive behavior, such as fighting, falling out there, attempting to enter the court, interrupt play, or using improper language or gestures. Spectators engaging in such behavior are subject to ejection and possible arrest. Please report any violations of these rules to the manufacturer, security, or service line.
Dub Nation, there are still seats available for upcoming games. Please go to the nearest ticket booth to get yours today.
Dub Nation, will we see you on Warriors Big Team Mini Basketball?
When the Warriors come down the tunnel, it's always a sight to see. Dressed in their best as they arrive in their building earlier. Welcome and happy holidays from 2K. And a quick look at some of the numbers for Stephen Curry.
And the stat to look at is his steal total over the last 5 games. He's been focusing more on his defense, trying to be a disruptor, and it's made them a lot tougher on D.
Looking at the starting 5 for the Phoenix Suns. We've got Booker, Plumlee out there with Durant. Then there's Bradley Beal, and it's Jones in at the 1. And for the Warriors, they've got Curry, Jonathan Kuminga out there with Kevon Looney. Then it's MP, and it's Butler in at the small forward. And the Warriors dynasty with their core seemingly over. You never want to completely stretch them out. But, Shams, how are we going to remember the run that this remarkable franchise has had?
You could make a case that the 2017 team might be the best to ever play, and the Warriors have become an elite franchise in NBA history. It might be a while since we see a dynasty quite like this, especially with the big three of Stephen Curry, Draymond Green, and Klay Thompson.
Hall of Famers, great coaching, solid ownership. They had it all. And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, DA?
Well, I talked with head coach Steve Kerr. Their plan, such as it is to make Kevin Durant uncomfortable. Force him to take shots instead of giving him the ones he wants. Coach said it's obviously easier said than done, but if you let Durant get hot, forget about it. He can take over an entire game. We'll see if they can execute defensively. Back to you.
Thank you, David. Here's KD, following the basket by Jonathan Kuminga. Booker outside. Pass to Jones. 4 on the clock. Here's Plumlee. It's hauled in by MP.
And this is a shot he can definitely make, and the defense not a factor at all.
Hey, Shams, no one is keyed on the league like you. Is there an under-the-radar trend that you're seeing around the NBA, or the next thing that you're anticipating may happen with the way the league will sway one way or the other?
Talking to executives around the league, it's clear that length has been very important, but having players that do multiple things and are versatile, that is of the utmost importance right now. We saw what happened with the Celtics winning a championship this year. I think that certainly is going to have an impact on how teams are going to build moving forward. Like the Celtics, you want to have players, 3 to 5 players that are playing heavy minutes for you, that are doing everything out there on the floor, not just one particular move.
Here's Butler. Devin Booker picking up that last basket. Butler deciding where to go with it. From downtown, Plumlee with the rebound. And so Booker will bring it up for the Suns. It's a 3-point game. Nice move. And the layup is good. Booker's got 6 points.
Well, a guard has got to come with physical intensity on the interior, and Devin Booker does just that.
Outside Butler. MP outside. And he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. We talked about expansion. That has been floated around. We know that teams would have to realign. Shams, any ideas on which teams might have to shift with expansion in the East or West?
Certainly, most of the potential expansion cities, the high-level ones, have been noted as teams in the West. Maybe you have a team out east that is in the West moving into the Eastern Conference. But the league could obviously surprise everyone with a different solution. Maybe having one expansion team, the Eastern Conference team, one being a West. There's several options that Adam Silver in the NBA have.
I would think New Orleans would be one of those teams, right? Just where they are geographically. Memphis, those two teams are in the West, and I could see them maybe going east. Possible?
Certainly Minnesota and Memphis. Those are two teams that, to me, have an Eastern Conference feel.
Now, MP. Bradley Beal missing from long range. Kuminga, screen on Katie. Fires from deep. And there's the bucket from Kuminga. He's got 5.
That kid might be young, but looking like a veteran with that read and setup.
Katie on the wing. Floats one up. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Jonathan Kuminga picks one up. Shams, with as often as you've interacted with front offices all over the NBA, have you noticed any changes with how franchises operate with both the players and the media and that relationship and where it may be headed?
Everything has to be more specialized now in the organization, but you're seeing true partnerships develop with teams and their players, especially their top players. Teams have to pay more attention now to data, to metrics than ever before. And the relationship between your top players in the organization, that is very, very important. And the teams that do a good job of managing relationships, of managing expectations, that is clearly what separates the elite teams with the bottom teams, and certainly players in today's generation are very, very polished when it comes to the media.
You framed that so well. And the Warriors with possession here after Devin Booker getting his shot to go from deep. MV with a screen on Allen. Plenty of daylight on that shot.
Well, we come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays.
Now here's Durant. He's got 5. And Santos pulls it down. And he lobs it up toward the rim. Jackson Davis in the corner. Misses the 3. The Suns trail. Booker with it. Now defended by MP. The shot by KD. No good. Pass to Santos. In the corner. Moody with it. A 3-pointer off the mark. For Phoenix, they've gone just a shade under 50% of the field. 5 of 11. KD with the bucket.
See how quick Kevin Durant is off the floor near the rim. That's tough to stop.
There's 53 seconds left here in the first quarter. And the Warriors miss again. Phoenix has gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. Plumlee, Warriors with the rebound. They went to Phoenix for their last meeting with the Suns and came out with a win.
And the last time these two met, they were able to get a big win because of that bench production. Second unit might be a factor in this one as well.
Certainly something to keep an eye on. We'll see how the rotations go this time out. Every night it seems to be different.
Now here's Durant after the miss from Mason Plumlee. Basket good.
Shots are just flowing.
A completely new 5 on the floor. And for the Suns, Donnie's checked in for Durant. Devin Booker comes in for Grayson Allen. And Jones subbed in for Micic. And Shams, we know you are so connected and on top of so many great stories and players and trends in the NBA. I have to ask, what is your... Like I'm talking to my teenage daughter. What is your screen time like? You've got to be in front of that computer and clearly in front of your phone every minute, or at least most every minute of every hour of every day.
It's not as high as it needs to be, Kevin, I'll tell you that much. And thankfully, it's not always like that, but certainly at the biggest times of the year, free agency, draft, trade deadline, it is certainly up there, almost in the 19 to 20 range. Kevin, what's your screen time? I feel like you might have a high screen time. You want to be plugged in, I know it.
I take 2 months off in the summer, but for those 10 months, it's 7 days a week, a lot like you. But I know how much happens in the offseason. That's my interest and sitting next to you here courtside tonight is that you're watching this game, but your mind is always thinking about this and that, and it never ends. Like, you must not get much sleep. You cannot get much sleep.
We do get sleep, but your off season is my season, Kevin, and I want to make sure as we get this season going, I'm able to inform you.
And you always do. You always do. So with Durant sitting on the bench, this is Mike Budenholzer's lineup. Booker out there with Jones. Then there's Bradley Beal. Then it's Nick Richards. And it's done in at the 4. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Thanks very much. MP in the last game against the Clippers delivered quite a performance. He scored 16 points and did a great job of finding his open teammates over and over again. He showed terrific versatility. He impacted the game in a number of ways. Kevin?
Thank you, David. You're right. He was a one-man wrecking crew in that one.
Yeah, he was not going to let them lose that game. We'll see if he comes in with that same attitude tonight.
One of the things I like about this guy, he's able to up the intensity whenever needed, and players really feed off his energy.
Well, the Suns underachieving after going all in on Bradley Beal. Shams, is there a bit of panic, do you think, in the desert after last season?
The Suns are very much committed to their big three, but listen, there is no question the Beal contract is something they're going to have to live with. Still has a no-trade clause, and there were some flaws that were exposed. They were swept in the first round by Minnesota, but the Suns truly believe those flaws can be fixed, and they do have the talent to do it, even though Beal did have a down.
Quickly, Shams, do they have a lot of wiggle room, though, to make changes?
They really don't have wiggle room. They have a top-heavy team that's built on its 3 all-star caliber players, and I do believe as long as they can build around those 3 top guys, they're going to have a chance to compete. The question is, do you find the right pieces to build?
Nice pass by MP, showing how unselfish he can be.
And timeout is called by Mike Budenholzer. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly. Durant's checked in for the Suns. Allen comes in for Beal. Still a ways to go between now and the three-point contest, but it's always fun to talk about it. Let's see who has the best shot to earn a spot in this year's event.
And maybe this list changes between now and All-Star Weekend, but I don't think anybody would be disappointed if it stays exactly the same as it is right now.
You look at MP, and it's him all alone atop the voting. It's pretty much a done deal that he'll be showing off his long-range skills in the three-point contest.
Yep, and he's going to be scary to have to go up against if he's on that day. Nobody can shoot it like he can when he gets in a groove.
And it's going to be an exciting showcase this year. Some incredible shooters, that's for certain. We'll keep you updated as we find out more.
Yeah, I think we're in for a real treat. I think the increased importance of the three-point shot in today's game has really shined a light on the talent, precision, and really the wow factor of how these guys can drill the long ball.
They get it back. Nobody near Allen. Good on the triple. Allen's got 6.
Well, a tough first quarter for this guy. You like to see the shot go in. Nicely done.
MP outside. Up to the right wing. Kuminga finds Curry. Cuts it 5. And Jones pulls it down.
Normally he'll drill that shot, and I'm sure they'll look to find him in that spot again.
No doubt. Very good play call, good execution. Sometimes it just doesn't fall.
And Shams, what an absolute delight it has been having you courtside with all of us tonight. Thank you so much for taking time to join us. It has been a true pleasure.
Thanks so much for the invite. I can't wait to do it again sometime. I'm honored. I'm privileged.
Oh, we are going to hold you to that. Thank you again. Oh, wasn't that wonderful? Easy to see why Shams has so many sources around the game. He's so easy to talk to.
Yeah, it's all about relationships at the end of the day. When the conversations come easily, that suits his purpose as a reporter.
Outside, Jones. 36 seconds left in the first half of the game. Here's Booker. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. GA, when we think about Devin Booker's scoring ability, he always has been... So it's Devin Booker Booker making highlights for the Phoenix Suns. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D is having all sorts of problems with him. Back right after this.
Hey folks, welcome to the halftime show. A lead right now in this one for the Phoenix Suns.
They're doing a nice job of getting their feet wet in the paint. I like the aggression, powering it up and sending it down.
Let's turn our attention to the three-point shootout. And that'll do it for halftime.
And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books. 1 half to go. You know, guys, Devin Booker has been exceptional here.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
And part of that has to do with his mindset. He has been looking to push the action at every opportunity, and he has been in attack mode all night.
We've got Kevon Looney. Stephen Curry's out there with MP. Then there's Jonathan Kuminga. And it's Butler in at the 3 slot. That's the Warriors' 5. Jones kicks to Plumlee. And here's Booker from the arc. It's rebounded by Golden State. Looney's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. Here's Butler. Oh, no, stopping Butler that time.
And this kind of shot defines who Butler is. Just a bulldog who embraces finishing against the tight cover.
MP against Booker. Over MP. Falls right in. He is 8 for 11 with that shot.
You can see it. Once this guy gets his rhythm, he is so hard to slow down. What an excellent night for him and his team.
Pass to Looney. Plumlee with the steal. On the wing, Booker. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a 3-point play.
That's just tremendous concentration by Devin Booker. He takes the contact, doesn't let it bother him. Now he'll get an N1 opportunity.
And Doris, one guy who rarely has an off night, Devin Booker.
He has been the model of consistent excellence, Kevin. This guy's so efficient, so productive, all about winning. I am not sure Devin Booker gets the credit he deserves for the level he's at every night.
The second effort. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Warriors trail by 8. To the middle. There's Kuminga. And it's sent back by KD.
I think it's probably the most underrated aspect of Kevin Durant's game. He's elite defensively and sends that shot back.
Pressured that shot by getting a hand up just as good as a block.
And he did it without fouling, and that's become an art, changing shots without making contact.
To the inside. Outside, Kuminga. And the 3 off target. Here's KD. Tough 2 from Durant.
Well, this is what makes Kevin Durant maybe the greatest all-around scorer in the game today. Equal proficiency from every spot on the floor.
Kuminga finds MP. Knocks it loose. Plumlee with the steal. Durant, the pass to Jones. A floater. The shot from the low post is good. Jones has got the lead up to 12 now for the Suns.
Tyus Jones showing an ability to finish in close. How about the use of the angle right there?
MP passes to Curry. Back to MP. MP showing the range.
What a beautiful stroke from range. Defensively, you've got to try to take him out of his comfort zone.
Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. Devin Booker is a 3-level scoring threat. He said, I'm just reading coverages and taking what the defense gives me. That's a mid-range jumper, which analytically people say isn't the highest percentage shot. But for myself, it's a good one. I've shot it pretty much my whole life. Kevin?
And David, doesn't it show? Wow, he's something else. Hey, thank you.
The defense is far too slow to close out on those 3-point attempts.
Plumlee with a screen on Kuminga. And it's Durant missing. Warriors trail by 6. Now Butler. Shoots. And the call on the shot sends him to the line. It goes on Devin Booker.
Well, this to me is the problem with defending Butler. He typically takes it so strong, it's hard not to bite on that pump fake.
Different look here. Teams changing it up here. And Curry has it in the corner. Back to MP. Pass to Payton. Now here's MP. Curry is inside. Working on Booker. Just 5 on the clock. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls.
It would be easy to take for granted the greatness we see every time Stephen Curry hits the floor. Another special performance right now.
So with Durant sitting on the bench, this is Mike Budenholzer's lineup. They're going with Booker and Allen on the wings. Dunn is out there with Nick Richards. And it's Jones in at the 1 spot.
Well, he had the defense's attention, dropping 2 threes in the first half, but he hasn't made one since.
Yeah, nothing too fancy. Just getting the job done when they need to. Make every possession count.
Outside, Jones. And the foul called on MP. That's his 3rd foul of the game. The Suns making a switch here.
Substitution for the Suns. Mason Plumlee.
Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Here's Booker. And the rebound goes to the Warriors.
I don't know if he's tired or what, but he is definitely holding back a little bit, and he has to step his game up right now.
Screen by MP. Curry kicks to MP. Pass to Payton. 6 to shoot. Back to MP. 3-pointer. Plumlee with the rebound. Plumlee's got his 6th rebound on the night.
Boy, this guy just can't buy a bucket, and yet they have the advantage.
Jonathan Kuminga. He's checked in for Gary Payton. Durant's checked in for Phoenix. Beal comes in for Devin Booker. Around 3 minutes gone here in the 4th quarter. Jones, the pass to Allen. That's in, coming off an assist from Jones. Jones has got 6 assists in the game. Curry kicks to Kuminga. The shot by Butler, nobody around. And right away, they match it with a 3-pointer of their own.
And guys getting into a nice groove here, starting to feel it.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling 3-point opportunities.
Durant, wide open, he fires. Another 3 for Phoenix.
How competitive is Kevin Durant? You make a 3, I'll make one right in your eye.
And so Curry will bring it up for Golden State. The lead is 2. Following this one, they get to host the Cavaliers. Phoenix has gone 3-5 from beyond the arc since the final quarter's gotten underway. Durant, the pass to Plumlee. Beal against Butler. Right side, Beal. Outside, KD. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
Well, Stephen Curry knows it's his responsibility to create for his teammates, and he does so there on point.
Suns trail by 4. That's good from Allen on the assist by Durant. Allen's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And that's about the worst defense I can imagine a team playing, coming down the stretch.
You know, we talk about execution offensively coming down the stretch. To me, it's as important defensively, and they didn't have it.
Butler from outside. Phoenix grabs the miss. Plumlee's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Allen against MP. It's Beal on the way. Shot clock at 6. To tie it up. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. MP's got his 4th rebound in this one. The driving Jimmy Butler.
We know this about Jimmy Butler. The guy has no fear. He delivers when his team needs it.
And Mike Budenholzer has called a timeout. Wants to make sure everybody's coordinated and intent. And Phoenix making a change. Booker's checked in. And with an update from the sideline, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Mike Budenholzer had some words for his team during the break. Now, he preached the importance of patience down the stretch. Coach said, we're not going to get it all back at once. Let's take it one trip at a time. Make it simple, make it easy. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, David. Curry dishes to MD. Oh, good on the triple. Suns trail by 4. Booker with it. And Curry picks him up defensively. Yep, it counts. Booker's got 25 points.
Does it seem to you guys that this guy, nothing faces him? Booker treats every moment like every other moment. No matter how big, no matter how small. Boy, this guy is a good finisher, so he misses a chippy. That's tough to take.
Oh, what a huge basket to tie the game.
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
To me, more often than not, when you attack, things happen. That's one of those clutch shots he's known for. When the pressure is high, he seems to be the most locked in.
There's 47 seconds left in the 4th quarter. And a deep 3 from Booker. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Guys are not going to be in any rush on this possession.
Not with the lead. Now's the time to burn some clock.
Kuminga finds Butler. Booker against MP. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Golden State needs to get off a shot. Stolen by Durant. And timeout is called by Mike Budenholzer. And he knows there's no room for mistakes and wants everyone on the same page. And what's their best move at this point?
And it's do or die time. They need a bucket here to stay alive.
And it's either got to be a three-pointer or a score quickly and take the foul.
A 3 and nothing but a 3 will do here.
You've got to keep your composure and execute to get a quality look from 3.
Really on the right play.
The coach's challenge has been issued. A team like this, on the wire, this is what it's for.
And this is the time now. The original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving. And how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in it. So they have determined to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right. Had to foul, and on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
Taking 2 shots.
First free throw is good, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. And he cannot convert on the second. That misses. So it's a narrow victory for the Warriors, pulling out the W. It was a fantastic ball game, and they did a great job making sure it didn't get away from them late.
Yeah, I mean, they faced some challenges, but really held